friends. I'm Angela.
I'm Marcy.
It's us.
In a garage.
Bring it in. Okay, we are here in your virtual cigar lounge, and we are definitely this time getting right into it without hesitation. Sometimes there's like
been so long.
Oh yeah. Come on, comment below. What are you cutting and lighting with us today? Where are you located, and what are you cutting and lighting? Before we even describe this, we're just going to get right in.
Yeah.
We're going to cut and light and then describe, right? We're going to do that, right, Marcy?
Screw it.
Because we're ready.
We are so ready.
So let's see. We were going to, I think, we were going to take a little hiatus. I was like, you know what? I'll film some reviews. We'll take a little small podcast hiatus because, we're out here in the elements a little bit. It's not really that heated in here. And, but no, we rallied and we're like, let's film.
Here
so it's January in the Hudson Valley. So hopefully I'll get
AKA coldest sin. I'll watch my
oh no, yeah, that's another thing too. I think that we had more freedom for the F curse and the S curse, and now I'm not sure. It has to be maybe in the right context, but listen, someone also in the comments, I mark it that this is not for kids. It is not for kids. It's 21 and over. So I'm not understanding why we can't be explicit, because the thing is, especially we're not out of context when we kind of say that.
Did someone say we couldn't curse?
No, well, there's a change out there in YouTube land that okay, so I'm toasting the foot, as you newbies, if you don't know, aficionados know. Get a nice even burn there. Beautiful. Yeah.
Interesting.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, because even on TV, first of all, even way back then, wasn't it like after 10 o'clock? Even 20 years ago that changed that. Even like on NBC, you could say S-H-I-T, I think. And it wasn't like, right? Because it's like the kids are in bed. I don't understand
I believe so. You could say, yeah. Yeah, I remember there being certain words. Even PG-13 lets you drop one F-bomb.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what kind of shift is going on out there, but something changed. And anyway, we're not here to be nasty, but we're just here to be truthful. We're lit! We just cut. What'd you do? A guillotine, a straight cut? And I did the V cut today, which is kind of like...
smoke went right into my eyes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I just did a straight guillotine cut.
Yeah, I'm a V cut girl. I think that's
funny. I put one of those on my Christmas list. I didn't get it, but so.
Oh, nice. All right, so we have to cheers right off the bat. So again, before we describe these, which we will in 2 seconds, let's see what we're pouring. Well, we both have coffee.
We do.
So I have a home brew here. I have a few different methods of making coffee. Do you guys do that? I have like the Nespresso
I like
machine,
Nespresso, actually. The first time I had Nespresso was on a cruise. Mm-hmm. We had one in our cabin. It was really good. I use a Keurig.
Okay, we used to have one of those long time ago. Like maybe even when they first came out. Was it even 20 plus years maybe? And for whatever reason, I think at the time we just gave it to someone else, someone in the family, and we don't. So you use that? Do you use that like most of the time, or do you brew? Because we brew like I don't even know what it's called. Like just a perk, not a perk, because I do that too on the stove. I guess it's like just a normal, like the normal common drip.
Oh, okay.
Drip
Yeah. Drip coffee.
I have that machine, the Cuisinart, which I love. That was, I think, a gift years ago, right? Like probably my mom for Christmas or something got us that. That's nice. But the Keurig for us, no. But the Nespresso, so you have the Keurig and the Nespresso machine?
No, I don't have the Nespresso.
No, you had it on the cruise.
I had it on the cruise, and I liked it.
Yeah. Did it seem different? Because it's like froths a little bit,
I think so,
right?
yes. I definitely think it's different. And, George Clooney markets it, so.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, because there's a couple different
There's that.
machines you could get.
Yeah.
Like sizes and stuff. Wow, these two, I always say this, these two aromas are, it's smelling really good.
It has been
in this podcast studio.
And it's funny, we traveled a lot for our holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and I packed cigars every single time, hoping I'd get a chance, and I just never did. It's been a long time since I've lit up.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Nice.
Me too. Me too. This is
second.
nice. I'm smoking the Blackened cigar, which is one of the collaborators of this cigar is the guy that makes this Blackened American whiskey. So we're gonna pour some of this, and we had this on the pod before.
It was so good.
Yeah, a blend of straight whiskeys finished in black brandy casks. And the thing with this is, do you remember, Marcy? Let the people know the special nuance of this.
They play. Metallica is
one of the people that collaborated. Yeah.
Correct, and they infuse, I guess. I don't know if infuse is the right word, with music.
When it's being distilled.
They're
blasting.
I love it.
Yeah. So the vibrations of the loud Metallica music, and the guy, goodness, his name Dave. And there's another guy too. I can't recall his name right now. The master blender of that whiskey. They intentionally blast Metallica.
So good.
As it's distilling. Okay,
Here we are.
You're here. We did it. January 2024. Oh, that goes good with a cigar. Take your time.
So
take your time.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It's so smooth.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. That'll warm the insides.
Yeah. I should get a thermos, one of those sticky thermostat
We
things.
don't want to know.
We don't want to know.
We don't want to know how cold it is in here.
Yeah, it's so wild. I was like, oh, Marcy, come over. They claimed it was going to be like 52 degrees, one of those rare, nice, warm days in wintertime. It's like 34. But in here, I don't know. It's quite windy.
But see, the good thing about smoke, we don't know if it's our breath that's throwing out the cold smoke or the actual cigar. So we won't really know.
All right, so who's going first? I'll let you go first, actually.
All right.
Because I always have a whole diatribe.
I got my phone. So this cigar is from the December Luxury Cigar Club box, which I do the core subscription. And I remember it came, I think we were walking out the door to go travel, and I was like, yay, my cigars! And it got put in my, in the great room where my humidor is, and never was opened. So I'm rushing to get out of the house. I was like, oh, I don't even know what's in this box. So I cracked it open, and lo and behold, I pulled out, this is room 101. And it's actually, they say that it's perfect for the winter months.
Hey.
Now, obviously, it came in December, so they knew that we were going to get that. But it's got a really, really pretty band. It's got this pretty flower on it. I'm sure you'll do a pretty close-up of that. So this is a Mexican wrapper.
Nice.
Ecuadorian binder. And it has a U.S. and Nicaraguan fill, which I know that you love to have that piece of Americana in in the cigars, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So
the aromas, I could smell your aromas. It's nice just on the outside. I've always said that's part of like this cigar experience for me too. Is just like the whole like this, the aroma of this right here, not just even like with the retrohale and all that, like the tasting notes on the tongue, but also just on the nose.
Yeah, it's very calming. It's just, and I know we've talked about that. It's just you have a cigar to relax and forget all about it. And sometimes it's the act of, your own cigar, but it is, especially when you go and sit in the lounge. It's just you smell all the different flavors and all that, and it's just relaxing.
It is because, so I think most of you know, my day hustle is a school bus driver. So this time of year, when I'm going through, especially the afternoon pickup, in this area, what it is, I was going to say where I get the smells, is there's leaf burning, and in this kind of, in some of the rural parts of the Hudson Valley, there, believe it or not, I think people burn garbage. Like, I don't know, or there's burn piles.
There
and
are.
actually, I do see it. There's some people, they have those drums, those like, right, those metal drums. So whatever it's going on, either burning leaves, sticks, or... But there's some burn piles, which a lot of the people in the country here do. Because like I said, I do pass a few farms. And I do pass a horse farm. So there's some land. I mean, you know, we're not, you know, we're in like, we have the best of both worlds here.
We really
like,
do.
Yeah, it's like city atmosphere. We're by a couple famous colleges here. So there's things happening. But then if you kind of go on the outskirts, 10 miles,
Yeah.
It's
I tell people
wide open.
Yeah, I say we have more cows than you really.
Yeah.
It's just you turn around and it has chickens or cows or even I drive down.
Oh yeah, chickens are across the street from our depot, the garage depot, and I always hear them.
Really?
I always hear them like. There was one, you know, because when they lay the egg same time every day, I always hear that. And I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, growing up on Long Island, I didn't hear that.
You didn't have that.
I did not hear that in Nassau County.
Actually, I didn't either. I mean, we lived between two major roads on this tiny little street. So there was.
You had said that because we were talking about bike riding once.
Yes.
And you were like, well,
yeah.
I kind of was like, you're talking like double yellow line streets.
Oh yeah.
Right
yeah.
here, yeah.
Big time.
That's like a hindrance in the neighborhood. I mean, I get it. Like, you can't
yeah.
just like, jump on your BMX bike and
no.
people are whizzing by.
You took your life in your hands. There was no crosswalk buttons. You know, you waited for the red light and then you hauled ass.
Yeah.
You hauled butt.
No, I think that one's like I said, if anyone knows, comment below. I think it's the F and the S.
When you start, you're gonna have to learn how to edit tonight.
I know.
You're gonna have to just bleep me out.
I know. I was like, man, when we tell certain stories, how are we gonna do this? But you know,
we're animated people. It just comes out. It's part of my daily.
No, I know.
Okay.
But no, it's all good. But as part of that story, what I'm saying is, I love the smell of the burn. It's not just like a fire pit I'm smelling. I'm saying like people are deliberately burning leaves or whatever is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm driving and I'm like I try to get that extra whiff because for me, do you like the smell of like a?
I do.
Like a bonfire?
Yes.
Because some people don't, but
no.
So that is what I mean. Like the aroma of the cigar, the outside aroma is like when I'm passing like a bonfire. And I'm like,
yeah. No, I love it. And even as a teenager and into my 20s, my brother would always have, you know, parties and bonfires. And I mean, we would burn some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. An old sofa. I mean, maybe you should witness how fast a sofa goes up so that you're very careful. But we had to keep like stepping back from the fire, stepping back from the fire. We were like 50 feet from 60 feet from the fire against the house. Like, oh, how is the fire department not here? I mean, the flames were so friggin' high. I couldn't believe it. It went up like that.
Wow.
So yeah.
Combustible couch.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm sure they're made better now.
Oh yeah, we're talking. This is way.
But
back in
it
the
was.
day.
I grew up with bonfires all the time. Loved it.
Yeah. Now, were you in Girl Scouts?
No.
Because I was in Girl Scouts. My mom was a troop leader at one point. I think for 2 years. But so that there was multiple like the camping.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
I'm sure the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all that.
Yeah, we camped a lot as kids,
but
but
a lot of Oh, so
So yeah, I knew all that.
You got that from your family. Because again, on Long Island, we didn't have. There was no. Because also my family stemmed from Brooklyn then to Long Island. There was no. I didn't grow up with any sense of fire pits the way right here in my backyard, fully built up. And so my experience with that was only at Girl Scouts. So we didn't camp as a family. We beached,
sure.
Beach in the diapers on whatever I'm gonna say that backwards. In diapers on the beach like this. Yeah.
Okay.
For real. So, but you're saying like your family, which I think I know because you do the fire safety drill. Oh. But that came more recent.
Yes, the fire safety meeting started
when you
started recently after I was just taught about fire safety meetings and they're brilliant. But even growing up, we had a wood burning stove in our basement.
I had one of those.
So
that smells amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the room, it was a small room in our basement that we housed all the wood. It was just such a
Vibe.
unique smell. Like, it's just something you smell it and you're like, that's good. Or you wonder, what's burning?
Yeah, the wood burning stove, those are really cool. Did you guys have it's like the ones, it's heavy cast iron, right? And did you have like a teapot with like water or a pot with water on it, to do the...
There may have been.
There's like a rule to that or something.
Yeah, I would always watch like my mom or my dad do it. Like, again, it was in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So they would do that. But I do remember the thick glove they'd have to put on. And, it's just neat. Things you remember. But yeah, very distinct smell. It's good. And when you walk by somebody and you're like, somebody has a cigar.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah. Yeah, usually I'm like, follow the nose. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm on vacation at the beach, I'm like, who's got a cigar on the beach? Let me go sit by you.
I know.
I smell it. But all right, so tell us what did you finish the wrapper and all that? Yeah, you did.
I
You
did.
said all that.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to pass the baton to me. So like I said, this is a triple collaboration, but why I picked this one today, this recent Cigar Aficionados top 25 picks. They have it here as number 7, but honestly, I feel like it's just like there's no... Is there like... I don't know if they do like a number 1 or it's just like in no particular order, but these are the top 25. But they have this as number 7. The Blackened Cigars M81 by Drew Estate. Now, this is called the M81 because Metallica, James Hetfield from Metallica is one of the collaborators, and Metallica, the awesome band, started in 1981. So this is called Blackened M81. The Mexican wrapper, which I think you said yours is.
Yes.
So that's why I said these competing aromas are nice.
Yeah.
The binder is Connecticut broadleaf, which comes right out of Drew Estate's farm, which I've been to, in Connecticut, which is really cool. And then the filler is Nicaraguan, because that's where Drew Estate has their factories and stuff, is in Nicaragua. And also in the filler is the Pennsylvania broadleaf. So this is just a nice, spicy, there's some chocolate notes, it's earthy, it's bold, and like I said, Maduro to the core.
Love that.
It's nice.
And it pairs, of course, beautifully with your blackened whiskey there.
Yep.
So good. This is good. There's some chocolate notes in this one as well. A little bit of espresso. So
yeah, it does. It's
good.
It smells nice.
It's good. Sometimes I like it when it's not over. The flavors aren't overbearing. It's just a nice pull.
Yeah. Yeah, this has a nice draw, and it also holds a really nice ash.
Yeah.
I think this is going to go the distance. So. All right, so what can we talk about today? I wrote down a few funny questions.
I love your funny questions. What do we got? Hit me.
Play along with us out there. Okay, I mentioned the funny questions, but we did... Okay.
Here we go.
Hold on, before we get to that, actually, maybe we'll do that at the end, actually. So stay tuned, because I don't want to miss this opportunity. So if anyone saw my rebranding a little bit, I'm Puros and music projects on Instagram, blah blah blah, and I'm like, because when I first came out with my YouTube page, I'm like, what should I call it? Angela. I didn't want to, really say. I was gonna kind of say like Angela, like pizza, little Caesars, pizza. And I was like, no, that might be. So of course, my wife was like, she's a teacher, and I'm like, come up with something like with Angela, and she just was like, authentically Angela, because that's like the buzzword right now. But I didn't want to be too cliche, so I signed up as authentically Angela, because, as you know, I'm like, we're gonna talk about everything under the sun, so incorporates it. But puros, for those that don't know, is when a cigar is all three components of it is from the same country of origin. Yep. I mean, it's pure puros, right? So wrapper, binder, filler, all from Nicaragua. It's called the Nicaraguan Puro. So that's where that comes from. So I'm just like, you know what? And then we learned, because I wanted to do more play than music. We're going to talk about music, but I wanted to play more music on here, and that we're getting like struck down. So I'm like, okay.
Stupid.
Yeah, so years ago, I started the Puros and Music the workshop. This is my workshop, my garage.
Do you mean work in progress? Or do you mean...
Well,
sorry.
There's my saw that's doing nothing right now. You know, I have to say,
it's
like,
all pretty here. Right?
Yep, the magic of TV. But, you know, I got a little taste of, like, retirement life for a second in the pandemic. Right?
Yep.
And I'm trying to get that back, so it will come. Because I had all the time in the world to build stuff, and now I just don't, you know, got 2-3 jobs, so... Anyhow, so anyway, blah, blah, blah. I rebranded a little bit so if you find me out there, I think now on Spotify, when you're listening to me in your car on the way to work, me and Marcy, Puros and Music Podcast. So that's that.
I love it. I love it. I like it. I like it. No, I shouldn't say I like it better, but it's definitely you know what you're getting into. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is, it tells you exactly what we're doing here. So.
Yeah. Gotta have cigars. So.
And music. So.
Yeah, for sure. I would be dead without it. So, what I had asked Marcy to bring, what would you get, 2 songs or 1 song? I had said, what are your 2, not even really favorite, but just what 2 come to mind that you could talk about for Pearl Jam?
Right.
Did you come up with 2 or 1?
I did. And so I was sitting at the bar last night when I got that text, and
in your house?
No.
When you were out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that
The
next time.
Oh, okay.
The next one.
It was, yeah, we had a really fun night last night. But we started at the bar, and I got your text, and I mean, that was easy homework. But when I think of Pearl Jam, so Angela's just a smidge older than me. Not that much older than me, but sometimes in the music world, that makes a world of difference. It's like millions of years could go by, because
it's true.
You had an earlier, I feel like I came into Pearl Jam more at the Versus album.
Yep.
Of course, 10 is amazing. Like I don't know that there's a better album out there.
Yeah.
But I came in at the Versus album, and I'll never forget, I was a senior in high school, and my older brother, who had graduated about a year or 2 years before me, he's like, "Do you want to go see Pearl Jam?" I was like, "Oh my God!" Now, I saw Billy Joel when I was in the 8th grade, so that technically was my first concert. That was with my mom and my aunt, and it was amazing. But I was in 8th grade. Like, I remember it, but I don't really remember it. Pearl Jam was...
You were a senior.
I was a senior.
Yeah.
And it was April of my senior year.
Yeah.
Like, I was...
Yeah. You were a
like,
senior.
oh my gosh. So...
You've got to live your own life in 2 seconds.
So... My memory is not what it used to be. Too many knocks on the head. But I remember parts of that concert that will just never leave me.
Was that in Boston?
It was. It was at the Garden. I mean, it was when the Boston Garden was the Garden. Like, it was the Garden.
Yeah, for sure.
So I remember, and for me, you know, sometimes it's like a dream. Like, you remember something and you're like, this is what it was. And I thought it was the song Indifference. And I was like, that's how they opened the show, and there was like candles and everything. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me just pull up.
I saw that same show, but at MSG.
So I literally
Because
I literally Googled.
I'm in the fan club.
Of course you are.
Was that 93, 94?
94.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did Pearl Jam 1994. Garden concert, and the song list popped up.
When you just said Indifference like that with the candles, I thought,
but interestingly enough, they opened with Release.
Yeah. Oh,
they
God.
ended their encore with Indifference. So I was like, oh wow, I don't really remember it that way. But both of those songs, I think, I mean, to me, those are just, both of those could be opened to candlelight, and you know what I mean? Okay, but for me, the first song that came to mind for me was Porch.
Yep.
And I was...
Here comes that whistling wind.
Yeah! Hey there! You're not invited!
The barn doors just opened on their own.
I think I first really fell in love with Pearl Jam when they did the MTV Unplugged.
Oh, for sure. I think that's what everyone just, their jaw dropped.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
When they were doing the...
And that was even before. You were probably in 11th.
I probably was.
No, or 10th, actually, when that
I
came
probably
out.
was. And
that was
he
a while.
stands on his stool and he takes that Sharpie and he writes pro-choice down his arm. I mean,
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
You got me.
It was actually for me when he had the ball cap on, and then he let down his hair, and it was like that iconic.
I know.
I was like, and he was like, he did that lion growl thing. That I was like, what's happening?
I know the emotion.
It was pretty wild.
That
that I had that. You had that. I have that like on DVD. Well, you could probably just pull it up on YouTube.
I'm sure that you could. I'm sure that you could.
Myself. Everything's like, forget it. Just throw the DVDs and the CDs.
Well, I actually
down in the basement in a box.
I never.
Yeah, that was pretty powerful. That MTV Unplugged.
It was. It really was. And I know people tried to read into the song after that, and that's really not what the song is about. But it was the time. I mean, it still is.
Well, because that was when I think. I don't know. That was like when I think Ruth Gator Binzer was recently put on.
She may have. I can look it up when.
But anyway, it was and people could say what you want, but I think he wrote that because also, I mean, the conversation really is still here. It was that in the 90s. It was on the forefront because I think it was during like another when whichever your affiliation, like we don't talk politics really on this but like whenever there's like that 8-year Republican president and then the 8-year like there was a couple of presidential, like it was like the 2 terms Republican, 2 terms Democrat, like, and it was like a shift of like not like just, it was a little different than the 4-term thing, because I think in our lifetime we kind of saw like the 8. It was it was almost like a given that they're going to always win that second election to the second term. But what it was is it was such a shift in the conversation right then in the early 90s with that whole movement of like gay rights were more on the forefront politically at that time. I know they're still very prevalent now, but at that time it was almost like you never really heard that kind of talk.
You didn't.
So mainstream.
Right.
And then so Eddie Vedder, he kind of like was ahead of his time because now with his wife and daughters, he's of course very a proponent of like being that man that speaks for women's rights. But even way back then, it's just. But you know what it is too? His story is his mom took in like foster kids. I don't know if you know his backstory. Like when he was, I don't know how young it started, but like if he was 7 or whatnot, or if he was 14. But when he was a young boy, his mom took in foster kids. So and his mom in a way was like an advocate. For lots of different. So he kind of grew up with that. Like let's help others. Because I don't know. It's for me. I know people like I know either you love or hate Eddie Vedder because he's out there with his opinion. I mean, he's out there, which I say I applaud him.
I agree.
He doesn't shy away from saying what needs to be said.
Right.
And sometimes as a man, I've seen in comments where they're like, stay in your lane, like because he's helps women's rights, but it's like. I kind of grew up with a mom that he loved, that knew to help all.
And he's true. He doesn't just spout these things, and then behind the scenes, he's a shitty person, crappy person. I was listening to one of his concerts on Pearl Jam Radio, and I don't know what show it was, but he literally, I may have said this before, he stopped in the middle of a song, and he was like, I understand that. I don't know what had happened. Obviously, I wasn't watching it, but it sounded like someone was filming, and a woman next to this guy was like, you shouldn't be filming, and like hit him. And Eddie was like, we don't condone violence. Sorry, I don't care what he was doing. Like, you're out.
Yeah, yeah.
They kicked the woman out, and then he was like, all right, guys, 5, 6, 7. And they picked the song right back up. I was like, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you just don't, he believes in what he believes in, and he's strong in those beliefs, and I think he's an amazing artist, but an amazing human being.
So what would you say, out of those 2 songs that you mentioned, the opening release, are those the 2 songs, or which one did you land with?
It wasn't, it was tough. I really like the Versus album.
Mm-hmm.
I like I think I like the animosity of it. There was a
what
lot
my
of
pick
like,
is coming from that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Why
My first
Go,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Leash.
No, actually, Why Go, I think, is from 10, believe it or not. I think you might, is that the greatest hits?
No, this is a set list from, I was just
Oh,
looking
the set
at.
list. Oh,
yeah,
I thought
yeah,
you
yeah.
meant come from the Versus album.
Yeah.
Because Why Go, I think,
Is
is
it?
from the 10 album. But it doesn't, it's just we're splitting hairs. But yeah, no, I think that's
be.
from the concert, you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Why Go's, the drums on that.
But, yeah,
are
I
so
know.
heavy
I know.
and good, yeah.
But Rats,
Oh, yeah.
Glorified G, I mean, I don't know that there's a second. I think there's so many that
Yeah, I wish we could play it.
made me
So
love them.
check it out at home.
At that stage of my life.
Why
Teenage
Go?
angst and all.
Yeah, once it gets in you, like for both of us, once we got bit by that Pearl Jam bug there in the 90s, it never went away. So, and then I'm so glad they have the Sirius XM
I know.
Pearl
Yeah.
Jam
Yeah.
because I can't get enough. But yeah, my song for them, I picked Rearview Mirror. That's from the Versus album. Now, did they do that? At
They did.
The second song.
Yeah.
That one. Now, my
Yeah.
son could play that on guitar, and it's like pretty cool that it's like
That is
this many years later.
kind of amazing.
It
I'd like to
still
hear
holds-
that.
Yeah, and so Versus is their second studio album. We said 10 was their first, and like I said, I'd like to play a clip, but check it out on your own. It's pretty powerful because the line for me is saw things so much clearer once you were in my rearview mirror.
I know. It's good.
Because I picked it because like if I'm in the dentist chair and just whatever, getting the feeling just like with your mouth open for an hour with your eyes closed, I'm singing in my head rearview mirror.
No kidding.
Yeah, every time for like the last almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's what gets me through. And then I put as a second song, Nothing Man, which is from Vitology, which that album came out the next year, 1994.
Yeah.
And I picked that because I said the line, "Some words when spoken can't be taken back. Walks on his own." Walks on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just... Please comment below if you're a fan.
Yeah.
Because that's a good one too.
They have a lot of powerful songs.
Yeah. But and then I had asked you to pick a hip hop rapper.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I did. It's hilarious because I liked a lot of hip hop.
Now I'm gonna interrupt you because you were saying like in the 90s, or no, you were saying how music that year or two of age.
Yeah.
Were you in 9th grade? Were you in 8th grade when something came out? It does make a difference because
It does.
that's why I wanted to do like Pearl Jam and then like the other side of the coin, hip hop, rap, because I feel like as a DJ, right, or just as a musician, as a music lover, both of us, like I've said, I can listen to Mozart. I can listen to and really, and so I feel like it's important to have like what other genre. So what did you pick for the hip hop rapper?
It was hard to narrow down because I wasn't I could listen to.
I just lost my ash. I thought I was gonna go the distance on that
one. So there were some there are some genres like Pearl Jam that I could listen to the albums over and over, like the
whole
entire
thing.
albums.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to a lot of hip hop throughout. It was mostly radio hip hop.
Yeah.
Except, and I cannot believe my husband nailed this when I was having trouble. He's like, well, Will Smith. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
how did you even, he's like, I said, but we don't listen to the same music. We overlap just a little. I would listen to Will Smith whenever I worked out. And they were 2 albums, and I'm terrible with album names.
What year frame do you think it's from? Or
later.
Yeah.
But songs like Getting Jiggy with It and Switch and I don't know what it is about them. I think they're fun. I love to dance, so I like a lot of the rap and that sort of genre anyway, just to kind of get into the groove. But I would never listen to album from start to finish except Will Smith. Which is so weird because I know people now are like, Will Smith can't. Sorry guys, he can sing. He can write a lyric. I like him. I don't know if I have a favorite song.
Well, I'm like we said, we're peers, and
like I love Eminem.
In the '90s, Will Smith dominated.
He did,
and even Getting Jiggy with It was on the charts for weeks, months.
Yes, a really long time.
Denying it. So,
and like I said,
I like at Sweet 16s, and
I like DMX, and I like Eminem, but it's not. I don't have them on my repeat playlist.
Yeah.
I like some songs, but not the albums.
Yeah.
I can listen to Will Smith albums.
So if you had to pick one of his favorite, would it be, what was the one, you did say it.
I do like Getting Jiggy with It.
Yeah,
it's just a song that if it's on the radio, I'm gonna play it. Don't change the channel.
I hear you. I picked Jay-Z, hands down, because he's got so many hits, but just to name a few: Dirt Off Your Shoulder, Blank in Paris, Numb. I don't know if you know that song. Love that song. Numb, Encore. He collaborated with can't think of it right now. Chester. What's that band? Linkin Park. He collaborated. Run This Town. Love that song.
Yeah.
But the number one,
love this.
Yeah, Empire State of Mind. Okay,
so
these
good.
Are my favorite Jay-Z song of all time because
in New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Yeah, for sure. Because I DJ it. It's a heavy request, and even just now at the big New Year's Eve gig I did, that was because being in New York, that's a banger. People love that, and as a New Yorker myself. Absolutely love it, and I love that Alicia Keys is on it because she plays the piano, right? And so my favorite line in that is Labor Day. I'm gonna not do this justice. Labor Day Parade. Rest in peace, Bob Marley. Statue of Liberty. Long live the World Trade. Like I love that he puts that in there. Long live the World Trade because that's in our backyard. That whole. Yeah. So anyway,
I didn't live here for that,
right?
So it hits differently for you than it does me. I mean, it was obviously a big moment for the entire world, but as a New Yorker, I know it hits different. So so you have notes: Lost and Found album, Will Smith, and the Born to Reign album. Those were the 2 that I had on repeat.
Cool.
And I would put on my gloves and hit that heavy bag to Will Smith and just burn all the calories. So, but I love it. Cigars and music. Bring it on.
We'll circle back to these. If you rather.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Right. Now, did this game stem out of Europe? Do you know? Is it British? Because I don't know.
No idea.
Also, again, comment below. What's the origin of this game? Because this, to me, it's like new to me. Is it newer to you? I don't. Has it been around for a little while? Because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if I have my head in whatever my kids are doing, I'm not sure. Unless they're telling me the new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes. Anyhow, so would you rather? It's a fun, silly game. Yeah. There's all these type of sex, this weird questions, funny. Like there's all these categories.
Different,
oh, I don't know which one I'm picking here. There's a lot to pick from. Some of them I was like, I can't say these on air. But, so just for fun, we're going to do, what is this? A number, a date of something, a picture? What is this? I don't know what this is.
As in.
All right, I don't
Does
know.
it come from the other side of your page?
Maybe.
I love it. She doesn't even know her own notes. I love it.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or toothpaste?
I'm going to go toothpaste. Because you don't want to see this hair after a week with no shampoo. Like, I'd have to go dreads.
Wait, you would go without toothpaste?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's your reasoning? So what would you do to brush your teeth?
Well, you can mouthwash or...
Okay.
I mean, like, you've got to be... You can substitute.
Okay, no, but that's what I went the other way. I didn't even think of what the substitute could be for the teeth. Because I said shampoo.
All right.
Because I can just use, like, bar soap or body soap on my hair.
Okay.
So that's the route I took. So we did this.
We did.
We substituted. All right, so you say you'd go without shampoo, and I said...
Yes. No, I'd go without toothpaste.
You would go without toothpaste, and I would go without shampoo.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Okay, would you rather listen to an annoying laugh for a whole day or get tickled for 1 hour?
Oh, annoying laugh.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Me too.
I can't.
There's no way anyone's going to tickle me for 1 second.
No. It's like an hour?
No, that's some of these, they're just, it's a bit much. Would you rather wear clothes that are way too big for you all the time or clothes that are too small? Did this go out? Let's see.
It did.
All right, here's the thing with that. We're going to, again, everyone that comes to this podcast, welcome to the cigar community. But if you're new, what's the rule of thumb, Marcy? Let them know.
You have to take a puff every 45 seconds to 1 minute. Now, did you try and exhale through it to try and relight it?
You're right.
Oh, look at me. Plethora of knowledge.
Get the airflow, getting that,
I'm going to tell you, this cigar right here, ladies and gentlemen, has a kick. It's got a bit of a kick.
Yeah.
I love, sometimes it's good to,
I
like the cigars that kind of give you a buzz once in a while.
Yeah, that one has a really nice aroma. Nice and strong, nice and bold.
Yeah, if you think your cigar is out, just gently exhale, and then sometimes you can relight it.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, let's see if we get one more. Did I write down another? Would you rather discover your friends don't like you, or your boss thinks you're bad at your job? Wait, would you rather discover your friends don't like you or your boss thinks you're bad at your job?
Oh, my boss thinks I'm bad at my job. I'd be heartbroken if I found out my friends didn't really like me.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah, see, I agree. I said boss thinks you're bad at your job.
Yeah.
But, and then I put, I think that this could yield different answers based on what job you have and how old you are.
That's true.
But
yeah,
in general, I would say,
yeah, I could give a flying fadoodle if my boss doesn't think I'm good at my job. If I'm good at my job, I'm good at my job, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps I need a new boss.
Yeah, right. And I am my own boss for
there is
half
that.
But then for the boss I'm not, which
right.
They certainly. Anyway, that's another whole thing. I gotta follow all the rules, the state rules, which I do, but it's just
right.
I have a personality. My mom always she used to say what is it with this family? Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs. It's in our blood. Because
I can see that.
So if we're ever this and that with my boss, I'm talking years ago when you're younger and you have to learn how to navigate what you can say, what you can't say, what you can't just I think once it was something stupid a long time ago. I was working at a bank and I think I said yo dude or something so innocent to my boss because I was young and I was almost had street talk.
Yes.
And she was like, you cannot talk to me like that. I'm like, oh, because I was also I was always smiley, happy, but not a dick about it. But I was not really. It wasn't respectful.
Sure.
She used to call me out on that, and I'd be like, oh well, whoops, whoops. I don't mean to It's Her Majesty the Queen. Please don't call her outside of her name. It's very disrespectful. Anyway. All right. So anything else you want to add to this? Because
I don't know, man. This was a fun-filled episode. I think we're good. Between the whiskey and the cigar, I'm like, hello.
Yeah. All right. So let's end on our toast. And again, a couple of housekeeping things. What do I got here? And authenticallyangela podcast@gmail.com. If you're listening and you want to email what you're smoking, let us know what your favorite sticks are. If you checked out the Cigar Aficionado magazine's top 25, because actually I did my top. I think I did the top 20, and then I have some boutique sticks, so I have about 25, 26. Top cigar picks of 2023 on my YouTube channel. So check it out. And comment on it. I want to know what your top few cigars are too.
Bring
for sure. Right?
All right. Alrighty. Here we go.
There are...
Are we together on this? Are we saying this together?
Yeah.
I never know.
Yeah.
Together.
Do you want
it?
it?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Say it with us. I know you know it.
There are good ships and there are wood ships. Ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. Cheers.
Alasante. All right, we survived. Our fingers are numb. It's like 30 degrees.
Talk about starting fires.
Oh, that was a clap in the mic. All right, wake up. We woke you up. All right, thanks for coming, and we will see you
Next time.
Authentic.